Hello everyone and welcome to PendulumEdu, and here in this session we're going to discuss an article which is going to give us a few set of words, and these words will be extremely beneficial for all of us. Now, the article heads as the foreign land on FCRA amendments. Now, there are amendments made. Now, let's have a look. In the article, you will come to know what sort of amendments have been made. Also, the amendments have an impact, and what is that impact that they have? NGOs fill in for the state. Regulations should not stifle their functioning. Now they say regulations. Now, the regulations that are coming into effect, they should not stifle their functioning, which is the state and the NGOs. Now, stifle is a verb used right here. It is saying that it should not hinder their functioning. उसमें कोई रुकावट नहीं आनी चाहिए. Stifle, to hinder, रुकावट डालना. So they are trying to express that they should not stifle their functioning. Instead, they should actually foster it. Amendments to the FCRA, drafted without consultation with stakeholders and passed with limited discussion in Parliament, further clip the wings of India. Clip the wings is a phrase which means it prohibits, or you can say restricts India. फिर से बाधा डालना. They say that the amendments that are made in FCRA, they are made, or like I would say, they are made without having stakeholders into consideration. Secondly, there was limited discussion in Parliament related to it. Limited discussion in Parliament, which means they were not given due weightage or due importance to having been discussed there. Now, since this has been done, now this has clipped the wings of India's battered civil society. Clip the wings of battered civil society. First of all, clip the wings मैंने बताया restrict करता है इंडिया की battered civil society को. Battered here has been used as an adjective which means crippled. जब आप किसी चीज़ पर बार बार अत्याचार भी नहीं कहूँगी मैं, अटैक करते हैं, तो उस चीज़ की हालत बहुत ख़राब हो जाती है. सो दैट मोमेंट इट इज़ बैटर्ड. सो जो हमारी सिविल सोसाइटी है ऑफ आवर कंट्री, इट हैज़ बीन अटैक्ड ओवर एंड ओवर, नॉट जस्ट the third, I would say, external measures, but also because of the internal factors. So it has been termed to be battered. It is crippled. बहुत ही बुरी स्थिति में है. बुरी स्थिति में. Now, new regulations put onerous conditions on civil society organization. Onerous conditions. Onerous is an adjective. This word means full of efforts or difficulty. Okay, onerous means full of efforts and difficulties. So basically this is भार युक्त. मतलब कहने का यहाँ पर राइटर का मतलब है दैट अब जो नए रेगुलेशंस हैं ये बहुत ही भारी कंडीशंस लगाते हैं सिविल सोसाइटी की ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस पर. एंड एजुकेशनल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूशंस दैट हैव पार्टनरशिप्स इंक्लूडिंग ऑफ अ फाइनेंशियल नेचर विद फॉरेन एंटिटीज. Passions overwhelm rationality in conversations on foreign influences. Now, passions overwhelm rationality, which means इसको overwhelm करता है rationality या logic से ज़्यादा passion भरा हुआ है लोगों में. And it could well be true that a portion of such foreign assistance may be reaching the wrong hands, हो सकता है that this particular thing or wherein our nation is getting foreign assistance, or the section of a nation that is getting foreign assistance, might be in wrong hands. In Parliament, the BJP alleged that foreign money was being used for religious conversions. Alleged is a verb which means, I'm going to wipe off the screen and explain you. Alleged is a verb which means to state without proof. To state without proof. कोई चीज कथित तौर पर कहना. You don't have a proof for it, but still you state it. So BJP has alleged that foreign money was being used for religious conversions. In 2017, the government barred American Christian charity. Barred, which means stopped. It's a verb. Bar is a verb. That is badhya. Karna. Rok lagana. Compassion International accusing it of supporting conversions. The debate on religious propagation. Propagation is noun which means the act of spreading or promoting something. Promoting an idea or a belief. Alright. So, propagation जिसका मतलब होता है एक तरीके से आप उस चीज का प्रचार कर रहे हो. प्रचार करना. And conversions must be delinked from the question of foreign funding. Delinked, which means they should be separated. It's a verb. Alag karna. So they say that since this government has realized that a lot of money, foreign money, was used for the conversion, and that too religious conversion. So it has barred, it has prohibited many such organizations that were into religious conversions, and then government has decided or suggested that the foreign or the conversion, religious conversion, should be delinked from the question of foreign funding. There should not be any foreign funding for this particular agenda or point. So delink means to separate, alag karna. Propagation is किसी चीज का प्रचार करना. Further, it has been said, there are adequate laws against conversion by inducement. Inducement is noun which means influence. किसी का बेसिकली किसी को इन्फ्लुएंस करना, बातों में उलझा के उनको कहते ना कि like to influence or to manipulate someone. So I would say manipulate. Okay, and the right or wrong, if it cannot be decided against the touchstone of the source of funds. It cannot be decided against the touchstone of the source of funds. Touchstone is a noun which it is a criterion or a barometer used to compare. एक कहते हैं ना मापदंड जो होता है वो होता है ये touchstone. So किस हद तक वो सही या गलत है? They are saying that this cannot be judged against the touchstone of the source of funds, native or foreign. So this point has been clearly quoted that nobody knows what is wrong, to what extent it is wrong or right. Okay, nobody can tell that. Some of the restrictions appear well-meaning, but could impact NGOs besides showing up India to be over-regulated. There are some points that seem sensible, they seem logical, but they might have negative impact on the NGOs processing or working. The International Commission of Jurists has said the new law was incompatible. It is an adjective. The new law was incompatible. So this adjective is used for the new law. Incompatible means something that is not suitable or conflicting, something that is conflicting in nature, उसके against जा रहा है, उसके समान नहीं है, उससे अनुरूप है. Okay, with international obligations and India's own constitutional provisions on rights. तो अगर आपके constitutional rights और international duties के against जा रही है कोई चीज़, so how can that be viable? So ये इन दोनों के साथ constitutional rights और foreign duties को match नहीं करता है, इसलिए ये incompatible कहा गया है नए लॉ को. Seamless sharing of ideas. Seamless is an adjective which means smooth and continuous. Smooth and continuous, जिसे हम हिंदी में कहते हैं निर्बाध. मैं यहाँ लिख देती हूँ निर्बाध. That is seamless, बिना किसी रुकावट के. Seamless sharing of ideas and resources across national boundaries is essential to the functioning of a global community and should not be discouraged unless there is a reason to believe the funds are being used to aid illegal activities. So, until unless we find that they are helping, this funding is helping or going to for illegal ideas or activities, till then we should not discourage it. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has often cited the ancient Indian ethos of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam as the framework for its global engagement. So ethos, that is the morals. Okay, the moral or the beliefs. Ethos is a noun. Okay, so उन्होंने इस बात को बार बार स्टेज किया है वासुदेव कुटुंबकम. So as for its global work environment, this pandemic has only underscored the importance of this approach. Underscored means it has emphasized और इस चीज़ को महसूस कराया, इस चीज़ की ज़रूरत. As a growing economy, India under Mr. Modi has been proactive, सक्रिय रही है. Proactive in seeking global capital and technology, like proactive, like to be ready in advance. पहले से किसी चीज़ के लिए तैयार और तत्पर रहना, ना कि उसका रिजल्ट का वेट करो और फिर आप आगे एक्शन लो. आप पहले से ही किसी चीज़ के लिए तैयार हैं. At that moment you are proactive. So India has been proactive in seeking global capital and in terms of the global technological world under the leadership of Mr. Modi. This is what the writer says. Now moving ahead, it says the aversion appears to be. Aversion is noun which means dislike. कहते ना कोई चीज़ ना पसंद करना. Dislike appears to be towards select categories of global ideas and ideals. Environmentalism, human rights and civil liberties. So जो dislike है वो ये चीज़ें in particular हैं जिन पर की major ध्यान दिया जाए और जो major उनको problems हैं amendment से. Organizations working in these fields have often had their patriotism being called into question. Whosoever is involved in this field, they have been questioned for their patriotism. Patriotism is a noun which means देश भक्ति. So उनको उनकी देश भक्ति के लिए anyways question किया गया है. To be fair, this approach predates the current government. Predates the current government. It takes them back. Takes back to the prior time or date. पुराने समय में वापस ले जाना. And it was during the UPA that an official report even quantified the GDP losses allegedly caused by environmental NGOs. Allegedly, like मैंने आपसे कहा था पीछे, alleged का मतलब हमने डिस्कस किया था to state without proof. तो अभी भी इन्होंने जो इनके रीजन दिए जो GDP losses के बढ़ने के, वो था environmental NGOs के द्वारा. तो ये भी alleged है, अभी इसका कोई proof नहीं था. So this has taken us back in time. करंट गवर्नमेंट को पीछे ले जाता है कि वो यूपीए गवर्नमेंट के टाइम ऐसा हुआ था, तो वो उसको पीछे ले जाके एग्जाम्पल कोट करें. Insinuating a foreign conspiracy against India. Insinuating is a verb. Insinuate means to point out or to hint at. Ishara karna. Such paranoia does not go well with India's legitimate ambitions to be a global player. Paranoia is a noun. Such paranoia is a noun, which means unwarranted doubt or suspicion. कहते हैं ना अनुचित संदेह. अनुचित संदेह एक बेकार का शक करना. तो सच पैरानॉय जो शक है हमें कि भाई ये फॉरेन कॉन्स्पिरेसी हो सकती है, does not go well with India's legitimate ambitions to be a global player. Now at the same point when India wishes to be a global player और उस टाइम भी ऐसी बातें अगर कर रहे हैं, so it is like this is not well for our country's growth. The BJP and the Congress are well aware of the limits of the national foreign binary. In 2017, both joined hands to legislate an escape route after receiving funds from foreign entities in violation of FCRA provision. So, अगर आप BJP Congress की बात करें तो दोनों ने like they came together and they did this. They took a step which was against the FCRA guidelines. Thousands of NGOs serve extremely disadvantaged sections, at times filling in for the state, at others supplementing it. A presumption of guilt against them all. Presumption, I'm going to wipe out the screen and explain you. So a presumption of guilt. Presumption is noun which means assumption. अनुमान. Okay, जिसको हम anticipation भी कहते हैं. So a presumption of guilt against them all, जो काम ये करते थे या किया, followed by control amounts to throwing the baby out with the bath water. Guilt that you have एक तरीके का, और फिर आप इसको दोबारा से अगर प्रैक्टिस में लाते हो, so it shows that it is throwing the baby out of water. It is like making a mistake again. फिर से गलती करना, ये एक फ्रेज है. The world is poorer when new barriers are raised. अगर आप नए कोई बैरियर्स और नई रुकावटें लाते हो तो और देश को प्रॉब्लम आती है और दिक्कतें आती हैं फ्लरिश करने में. तो जो प्रोविजंस हैं उनको अच्छे से फॉलो किया जाए, यही बेटर होगा. सो द न्यू अमेंडमेंट्स दैट हैव कम अप, उसके अगेंस्ट ये पॉइंट्स हैं द राइटर हैज़ टू स्टेट. और वो कह रहे हैं कि कोई भी रेगुलेशंस हों, बट जो फंक्शनिंग है स्टेट की, सेंटर की, उस पर उसका इम्पैक्ट नहीं आना चाहिए, उसको उस पर स्टिफल या रोक नहीं आनी चाहिए, कोई बाधा नहीं आनी चाहिए. दिस इज़ व्हाट द राइटर वांट्स टू एक्सप्लेन एंड एक्सप्रेस. So this was the entire article for today, learners, and it was an amazing article, and we've learned at least 20-25 words today in this session. I want you to practice these words. The list is right there on the side in the study material section, and the link of the same is there in the description. You can go to the description, you can click on the link, and you can directly read the list of the words right there. The word list is right there. What the words that we've discussed, all the words that we've discussed today, with synonyms and antonyms added to it. Their Hindi English meaning is there, so you can go revise and practice and look for words that are similar to them. Do not forget to hit the like button to the video. Also subscribe to the channel for regular sessions and more interesting sessions with us. Keep learning and growing, as I always say. Thank you so much.